Hello, and welcome to Yoga with Glenn. I'm Glenn. I want to thank you for joining me in this practice today. You saw the thumbnail, you clicked on the video, and you're here and you're wondering, how can yoga help with stress? Well, for one, our breath can really help de-stress us, as well as the movement. Finding peace through these postures and sinking into the practice can really help deal with that stress and anxiety. Hop into something comfortable, hop on your mat, and let's get started. Join me here in easy cross-legged seated position on a bolster or a pillow or a blanket or something to make yourself more comfortable. Hands on the knees and just roll your chin down to your chest. You can roll your eyes closed if you like, and we'll take 3 breaths here. Start with an inhale and an exhale through the mouth. An inhale in, and exhale. One last inhale in through the nose, and exhale out. Open the eyes, roll the chin up. And now bring your spine straight up and down, lift your chest, lift your chin level with the ground. And now let's practice taking some breaths in. So with an inhale through your nose, feel the belly, the ribs, and the chest, and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, feel the belly rise, the ribs expand, and the chest lift, and open mouth. Exhale. One last breath. Fill the belly, the ribs, the chest. Hold at the top, and fill the mouth with another inhale, and exhale. Let it all out. So if you notice the difference or feel any difference between being scrunched down like this, our head down, and being upright and correct posture, our chest is open and lifted. If you felt the difference between those breaths, this is usually how we are when we're maybe a little stressed out, a little anxious, maybe depressed. And it just helps just by changing the posture of the body and help us get more oxygen into our system and just help everything along. So another pranayama or breath exercise that we can do, and this one helps me personally when I'm feeling a bit stressed in life. And you can roll your eyes closed if you like for this one, but just take a long, deep breath in through the nose, filling the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And hold at the top and take another sharp inhale, and then slowly exhale through the nose. As slow as you can go, just letting all the air out. And when you get down to the bottom of your breath, suck your stomach in just to make sure all that air is gone. And then 2 more just like that. So inhale, nice and long. And when you're at the top, pause, and then another sharp inhale in. And then as slow as you can, exhale through the nose, pressing the tongue to the roof of your mouth, restricting the throat a little bit. As slow as you can, exhale, bringing in the stomach at the ends. And one last one. And exhale through the nose. Now, if I do that in a stressful situation, whether somewhere in life, maybe at a crowded store or in traffic or something, that automatically just calms my heart rate, slows it down, calms me down. So let's inhale, bring our arms up, and take a twist over to your right. Place one hand on the thigh, the right hand behind you, and look to your back shoulder. With an inhale, bring our chin to our front shoulder, and exhale, chin to back. And inhale, the arms come forward and up, and exhale, take a twist the opposite side. Right hand comes on the left knee, left hand behind you, chin looking back towards the shoulder. And inhale, bring the chin to the front shoulder, and exhale, chin to back. And with an inhale, arms come forward and up. And drop the left arm and take a bend over to your left side. Inhale up, arm comes up. Drop the opposite arm to the ground and take a bend to your right. And inhale up, both arms come up, and rest the arms or hands, either palms up on your knees, or you can go palms down. And with an exhale, roll your ear over to the left shoulder, chin comes down to the chest. And with an inhale, roll the opposite ear, opposite shoulder, chin comes up towards the sky. And opposite side, we roll the ear towards the shoulder with an exhale, all the way down. And with an inhale, roll it up to the left side and chin up to the sky. And exhale, chin comes back to center. You can return back to your normal breath here. Whatever thoughts came up for you, just release those thoughts and return back to your nice easy inhales and nice easy exhales through the nose. And we'll take those 3 de-stressing breaths again. So inhale through the nose, tongue at the roof of the mouth, restricting the airway of the throat and just breathing through the nose. Nice slow inhale followed by a sharp inhale at the top. And then as slow as you can exhale through the nose. Just let all that air out. Sucking the belly in at the bottom of the breath. And inhale again, slowly filling the belly, the ribs, the chest. As much air as you can get in. And another sharp inhale at the top. And slow exhale, letting it all out. One last time, slow inhale. Sharp inhale at the top, and slowly exhale, letting it all out. Now roll over your knees into a table posture, or just come into a table posture, facing the correct way on your mats. And from here in table, we'll inhale for cow, lifting the chest, lifting the chin, tailbone towards the sky. And exhale, release the toes, tuck the tailbone, send the spine up to the sky, chin falls towards the chest. And inhale, back on the toes, tailbone up, chest lifted, chin lifted. Maybe bend the elbows to increase the treatment. And exhale, round for cat, tailbone, spine towards the sky, chin towards the chest. Inhale again for cow. And exhale for cat. And if you come up onto the fingertips and walk the hands towards the knees, we call this a super cat. Just a nice extra stretch on the back. And then come back down into a neutral table posture. And then tuck the toes, send the knees wide, and sit back for a child's pose, but sitting back on the heels with the toes tucked. Now, if you've done a child's pose before, having the toes tucked like this just gives it a little bit different treatment. After an exhale, inhale and come up back to table posture. And inhale for cow again. And exhale, round the back, tailbone tuck for cat. And then knees wide, release the toes, sit back on the heels for another child's pose. And again, feel the difference here with the toes tucked and the toes released with the shoelace side of the foot on the ground. And after an exhale, inhale again, come up for table posture. And take some lateral bends, maybe send the left ear towards the left shoulder to left hip. Inhale back to center and exhale, same thing, opposite side. Right ear, right shoulder towards right hip. Inhale back to center, and you can play around with the depth of your little table posture, lateral bend here. Play around, one breath in, and then an exhale to the side. And after you've evened yourself out, come back into a neutral table posture. And maybe walk yourself back a little bit and walk your hands forward. And send the heart towards the ground for heart to earth pose, downward facing puppy. If you like, you can place the chin on the ground to open the throat. And if this is too much for you, you can certainly rest your forehead on the ground. You don't have to be so active in this. You can rest the forearms on the ground, or you can be really active with it. You can have these spider fingers almost, and you can lift the elbows off the ground. But either way, wherever you are, slink forward, lower down onto your belly, and stretch each leg back, thighs together, knees together, ankles together. And with an inhale, we'll lift the chin and lift the chest. Press down with the feet for low cobra. And exhale, back down. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, low cobra, but bend the right knee. And send everything down. Inhale, low cobra, bend the left knee. And back down. Inhale, bend both knees. Lift chest, lift chin, and send it all back down. Inhale just for a regular low cobra. And take a few breaths here. Just feel your body bounce up and down with the breath, with the inhales, with the exhales. Feel your buoyancy. And after a few breaths, exhale back down. Inhale, press up into a high cobra. It's leaving the knees on the ground, feet still on the ground. And exhale down. And then move the hands a little bit lower towards the lowest rib. Bend the knees, press up into King Cobra. And exhale it all the way back down. Inhale once more for King Cobra. And press back into table posture. And with an exhale, send the hips back for a child's pose, just for 2 breaths. And after an exhale, inhale back up for table. Tuck the toes, press back for downward facing dog, just for an exhale. Inhale to table, and exhale for child's pose. Inhale for table, and you can play around with the width of the knees and the width of the hip. So we'll go for a wide downward facing dog. Feel the difference in this treatment here. Maybe table with the knees close. Sit back for child's pose with the close knees. Inhale for table. Press back for downward dog with the feet together. Bring it back down to the mat, hip width apart, legs straight back, and down for child's pose. Feel the difference here. Inhale back to table. And tuck the toes and press back into downward facing dog. And while you're here, pedal the knees. Get a nice satisfying stretch in the back of the legs, the calves. When you're satisfied with that, come back to table posture. And with the right arm, bring it out to a T, bend at the elbow, and place your hand on the back of your head. And with an inhale, bring the elbow up to the sky. And exhale, bring the right elbow to the inside of the left elbow. And with an inhale, come back up. Exhale, touch the elbows or attempt to touch the elbows. Inhale, back up. Exhale once more, touch the elbows. Inhale, rotate, extend the arm, and then send that arm through, thread that needle. Place the shoulder on the ground or something. You can place a bolster under your shoulder or a blanket or something if it doesn't quite come to the ground. Rest the side of the head on the ground, chin falls towards the chest a bit to save the neck. And here in our thread the needle with a table posture, or from table posture. There's a few options here. You can release your kickstand of a hand, you can take a bind, you can take that hand more above your head, even straighten the arm if you like, or you can leave it where it is. And then option to straighten the left leg if you'd like a side body stretch, or even move this up for a complete side body stretch if you like. If you don't like those options, you can move the threaded arm down so the elbow is more by the knee. Tons of options here. We've been here for a few breaths already, so deconstruct whatever variation, whatever modification you might have taken. Bring the hand about back down almost in front of the face, maybe a little bit above. Press down through it, sweep this arm up, rotate for a counter twist, and place that hand back down on the mat. And same thing, opposite side, bring the left arm out to a T, bend at the elbow, place the left hand on the back of the head. And inhale, rotate up, elbow towards the sky, and exhale, bend. Again, try to touch those elbows. Left elbow to right inside elbow. Inhale up, rotate, and exhale, touch the elbows. Inhale, rotate, and exhale, bend. Inhale, rotate one last time, straighten the arm, and then thread that needle, send the arm through. Chin falls towards the chest a little bit. And again, you have your variations, your modifications. You can bring this arm up. You can take a binds. You can kick back the right leg with the bind, with the arm overhead. You know your options. Do what's best for your body. What's best for you today. We'll take just a few breaths here. This is a great stretch on the shoulder. And again, if your shoulder doesn't completely come to the ground, if there's a little bit of gap, just try to fill that gap with something, either blanket, bolster, pillow. And after an exhale, with an inhale, bring the arm up, rotate, little counter twist, and exhale, bring it down to the mat for that neutral table posture. Inhale and exhale, press back into downward dog, and slowly meet yourself in the middle. Walk the hands towards the feet towards the hands, and come into a standing forward folds.
You can grab the elbows, you can rock back and forth in this ragdoll modification. You can straighten one leg, straighten the other, feel yourself rock side to side. And release the arms and slowly roll up, legs straighten, hips straighten, back straightens into our mountain pose, Tadasana. Strengthen the feet, even pressure in the front of the feet, in the heel. Imagine three-pointed contact in your feet, almost like a triangle. Strong thighs. Our thighs rotate, or our thigh muscles rotate against our bone. Same thing with the hamstrings. They're strong. Our hips stacked over our legs, not spilling back or spilling forward. Our back is straight. Our heart space is open, and also the heart space on our back is open, so our shoulder blades aren't scrunched together. Energy in the fingers. You can either have your palms facing forward or palms facing in. Your head is slightly lifted, your gaze slightly up. This is proper Tadasana. Now shift your weight over into your right foot and bring the left knee up and wrap your hands around your left knee and start to rotate through your ankle. If it cracks and pops, that's okay. Maybe your body is a little bit cold still. After you're satisfied with your ankle rolls, make sure you reverse the direction of the roll. Clasp the fingers underneath the hamstring. Straighten the leg and lift from the hip using the arms. And bend the knee or drop the knee down and exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. And inhale, slowly roll up into that Tadasana, that mountain pose. Proud chest, chin level, eyes slightly up. Strong legs, strong feet. Now shift the weight over into the opposite foot, your left foot. Clasp the fingers with the opposite stack of the fingers over the knee and start to roll this ankle. This one's popping and cracking more than the other one was. So reverse the circle. A few more ankle rolls. Now clasp the fingers underneath the hamstring. Let it hang out there for a second. Straighten the leg. And with your arms and the power of your hips, lift. And set that down. Load up in the knees. And inhale. Circle the arms up. Touch the palms overhead. And bring the hands down to heart center. Circle the arms up once more. And swan dive forward. Forward fold. Hands come to the mats. Step the feet back into high plank. Table posture. And swing the legs around. And come on to your bottom. You scoot a little bit forward on your mat. Soles of the feet on the earth. Straighten the arms. And slowly roll onto your back until you come to rest on the mat. Straighten the legs. Swim the arms like snow angel overhead. Go for a nice full body stretch. Roll the ankles some more. Roll the wrists. Bend to one side. Bend to the other. Getting nice length in the side body. And when you're satisfied, bring everything back to center. And bend one knee, place the sole of the foot on the ground. And then take a hold of that knee, hug it into the chest, and then send it over to the side for a nice cross-body stretch. One arm, your left arm can come out to a T. A little bit of weight here with the right arm on the left knee. Not cranking it over, not trying to make it touch the ground, just a tiny bit of weight resting on it. We'll take a few breaths here in this twist. After your next exhale, inhale and roll that knee back up to the center. Give it one more nice hug, and then release it, heel to the ground. Opposite leg, right leg this time, bring it up to the chest, hug it in, and then send it across the body. Opposite arm comes out to a T. And again, just resting a little bit of weight here, not cranking it down to the ground. Just take a few breaths here. And after your next exhale, inhale, float that knee back up to center. Set the sole of the foot on the ground. Opposite leg, opposite foot joins it. And bend your legs up to your chest and give yourself a nice hug. And be playful here. You can rock side to side, rock back and forth a little bit. Give yourself a nice hug and embrace yourself well. Love yourself. You're certainly capable of being loved. And I'm sure that you are very much loved. When you're satisfied with that, send the feet up to the sky, and either with your peace fingers, grab a hold of the toe, the big toe, grab the inside of your foot, grab the inside of your ankle, inside of your shin, whatever you have. Just make sure your elbows are inside of your knees for a happy baby. And like we're doing a squat on the ceiling, our feet are, the bottoms of our feet are flat. But you can be playful in this posture as well. Rock side to side, rock back and forth. You can straighten one, straighten the other. Wherever you are, hopefully satisfied. Bring the knees together. Bring the soles of the feet to the earth. And one leg at a time, straighten out. And we'll take a nice wide Shavasana here. So legs wider than you would normally have them. Let the feet spill out. Let the arms come out wide, almost like you're halfway through a snow angel. After you've found your comfortable Shavasana position, just bring awareness to each toe on each foot. Just start to relax them. If you're holding any tension there, you can squeeze the toes and release. If you're holding on to any tension in the ankles, release that. Same thing with the thighs. If you're holding any tension there, just let the feet spill out. Your lower back, your mid back, if there's any tension or stress left there, just let it go. Nice and open across the heart space. If there's any tension left in the fingers, you can give your fists a nice squeeze and then release, let it go. If there's any tension in the neck, it doesn't have to be there. Just let that go. Part the teeth. Let the tongue sink back into the lower palate. Let the eyes roll back into their orbits. And imagine your brain sliding into the back of your skull. Nowhere left to go, nothing left to do. Just lie here with yourself. I certainly invite you to lay here as long as you see fit. There's no rush to get up. Hopefully through this practice,
you found a little way to de-stress, whether it's through the breath work, whether that's peace through the postures. Hopefully you found your way to let go of that tension, that anxiety, that stress. I hope that you did. If you'd like to join me, bring your palms together above the crown. Move down past the third eye, past the mouth. Bring the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.